What's going on, boxing fans? This is Kenneth, SB Unboxing. You visit the web at www.sbunboxing.com. Matter of fact, don't visit us on the web at sbunboxing.com because I have no idea why is that thing never updated. Every time I hire someone to go ahead and update it, they can't maintain it, you know? I thought I had the time, but I really don't have the time to sit there and type articles and stuff like that about the latest updates. But SBUnboxing.com, you can catch, you know, fight, post-fight, pre-fight, fight predictions with the Boxing Genius at the Boxing Genius house. All the fights are going to happen at the Boxing Genius house. I can actually have it here at my house, but you know what? We got to just keep family tradition. That's what it's all about. But I want to talk about September 14th. What's going on September 14th? No, my bad. I'm just carrying an empty glass. I was actually drinking some Monster with a big bottle of vodka. But get this seat up, moving up. We're talking about September 14th. I gave my fight prediction on Canelo Alvarez versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. Let me go ahead and lower this real quick. That's a little bit better. I gave my fight prediction on Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Canelo Alvarez. I'm actually going to go with Floyd Mayweather Jr. I was about to say Canelo Alvarez, but no, that's the Boxing Genius. Boxing Genius goes for Canelo. That's his dude right there. But no, my fight prediction against Canelo Alvarez versus Mayweather, I'm going with Mayweather on that fight. I think it's going to be a good fight. I just think it's just going to be a boxing fight. That's it. It's going to be a boxing match, just like Robert Guerrero versus Mayweather. Mayweather's just going to pick him apart. Even though I think this is going to be one of the best competitors that Mayweather has fought in several years, besides Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto gave him a good run for his money, but I think Canelo Alvarez can definitely, you know, put him to work, you know. But I think Mayweather's going to come out, pull up the victory in the later rounds, round 6 straight on up. I think he's definitely more experienced and has a little bit more wind in the tank. You know, Canelo Alvarez got a little tired against Austin Trout, but Austin Trout was putting a high punch output. Just throwing a bunch of combinations. I know Mayweather's not going to have high output, punch output, so it's going to be a little bit more easier for Canelo on that aspect. But as far as the precision wise, Mayweather's going to be a little bit more accurate, so that, you know, he can fall into some problems there. And you make a mistake against Victor Ortiz, like you said, like Mayweather preached. You make a mistake, you have to pay. You're definitely going to have to pay, and Canelo's definitely going to have to bring his A game. But he's been doing a lot of studying the footage, watching Mayweather's fights and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm not talking about that. I also gave September 14th, you got Matthysse. Matthysse is going to take on Danny Garcia. This is the video I'm going to go ahead and create and speak about Danny Garcia versus Matthysse. You also have Austin Trout taking on Lara. I gave my fight prediction. That's a 50-50 coin toss. Both fighters are young, explosive, and they're southpaws, you know. That's going to be a boxing fight. I don't see any knockouts. You know, a lot of people are giving me feedback straight at me saying, hey, Kenny, what do you think, or whatever. You know, Lara's going to knock out Austin Trout. I don't think Lara's going to knock out Austin Trout. You know, I think Lara has the power, but I think, you know, Austin Trout got a chin. Austin Trout has a chin. Knocking out Austin Trout, you definitely got to put in the work to knock out Austin Trout. I don't think Austin Trout's going to go down like that. I don't see a knockout happening. I think, and vice versa. Lara's not going to go down like that as well. So I just think, you know, two southpaws that are coming in more on the defensive end. You know, in the beginning of the first, second, third round, they're going to fill each other out. They're just basically going to be on defense. You know, you put out a punch, you got to take a punch to give a punch, and that's how it's pretty much going to be. I'll say 5th, 6th, 7th round. That's when it's going to be a little bit more open, and that's when we're going to see the action. You know, as far as what they've done in the past, you know, you're just as good as your last fight. That's how I see it. You're just as good as your last at bat. You're just as good as your last game. You know, say what you want. You're just as good as your last fight. That's how I see it. No matter whatever professional sport you play, you're just as good as your last fight. You're just as good as your last match. You're just as good as your last performance. Austin Trout, yeah, he lost against Canelo Alvarez, but Canelo Alvarez is a bad motherfucker, you know. But it was debatable. It was a very, you know, a lot of people thought Austin Trout won that, you know. He was the more active fighter. He was the aggressor. You know, Canelo Alvarez, I thought Canelo Alvarez won the fight. Why? Because he landed the the cleaner, crisper, more power punches, you know. But as far as I was a little upset with Canelo Alvarez. I was pissed off. I was like, fuck, Canelo, man, why you throw no punches, man? Yeah, he's bobbing and weaving and stuff like that, but come on, man, I don't want to see that. Why don't you brawl? Like, come on, like, he barely threw any punches. He looked like Adrien Broner versus Paulie Malignaggi. Yeah, Paulie Malignaggi lost the fight, but Paulie Malignaggi was making it exciting, you know. He didn't have that much power and pop to his punch, but he was the active fighter. You know, Canelo Alvarez was just like Adrien Broner. So it was a similar fight, but I would say, no, I think it was pretty similar. But Canelo Alvarez landed some big-ass shots. And you know what? Austin Trout took that like a champ. You know, he didn't go down. He took them shots and kept pressing forward. But Lara versus Austin Trout, I actually have Austin Trout winning that fight. You know, experience-wise, he was just as good as his last fight. You know, he fought Anguilla. Lara fought Anguilla. He did a hell of a job. Freaking broke his, like I said in my last fight prediction. He busted his face up, and he looked really, really good. You know, it looked explosive, but, you know, Anguilla, Mexican Warrior, he just kept coming in, kept coming forward. But the thing about it is Anguilla's, he's standing flush right in front of you. You know, Austin Trout's not going to be like that. Austin Trout's going to work the ring. He's going to be in and out. He's going to have a lot of head movement. He definitely has the, you know, a longer reach, you know, than Anguilla. And he's quicker on his feet. He has better feet movement than Anguilla. So it's going to be it's a whole different, completely different style of fighting. But I have Austin Trout based on experience. Not take anything from Lara. You know, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of comments, a lot of stuff like that, and, you know, they have a lot of winning. They have a lot of winning. That's how they see it, you know. But whatever. But I'm going with Austin Trout on that one. I'm not saying Lara's not a good fighter, but I'm just, you know, it's like I said, it's 50-50 coin toss. But forget all that. I want to talk about Danny Garcia versus Matthysse. That's a hell of a fight right there, and I'm glad Danny Garcia took that fight for September 14th. Danny Garcia, yes, he's a junior lightweight title holder. He's defended twice already. You know, he knocked out Amir Kahn, completely knocked out Amir Kahn last July. He beat Eric Morales twice. The second time he completely dominated Eric Morales. Eric Morales looked old as shit and completely dominated Eric Morales. He fought Zab Judah. He beat Zab Judah. But Zab Judah has some fire on his ass. Zab Judah started coming back, winning some belts. And I actually seen Danny Garcia get hurt. Danny Garcia got hurt in that fight. You know, that was a good-ass fight. And, you know, I thought Danny Garcia had that cleanly won. You know, I thought that was going to be a clean slate. I thought Danny Garcia did a hell of a job first, second, third round. Later on in the round, you know, Zab Judah, the veteran that he is, the experience that he has, he was able to, stick it out, hold it out, and just basically just go back to what he does best, is his box. That's it. Caught Danny Garcia with a clean shot, and I was shocked that Danny Garcia was getting caught by Zab Judah. Zab Judah made it exciting. But anyways, Matthysse coming in the fight. He's 34-2. He lost to Devin Alexander. He lost to Zab Judah. There were split decisions. Other than that, Matthysse, his record is just it's sick. You know, as far as knockouts, this guy knocks out everybody. You know, he's taking on Danny Garcia. He completely dominated Lamont Peterson. Pulled off the upset of Lamont Peterson. My fight prediction on that one, I thought Lamont Peterson was gonna, you know, I thought he still has some pellets in him. You know, I thought Lamont Peterson still has some pellets in him. That's why I want Lamont Peterson. You know, if it wasn't pellets, I just figured that he has some other form of testosterone in him. He completely knocked Mike Dallas Jr. out. I haven't seen him knock out like that in a while. I was shocked. You know, Matthysse knocked out Mike Dallas in the first round or something. Yeah, it was actually the first round. Knocked his ass out. Knocked him out cold. This was last year. And he fought some other dudes I don't even remember. But Devin Alexander split decision. And that was a close fight. It could have went either way. He lost to Zab Judah as well. This was like around 2010. 2010 he fought Zab Judah. The following year after that, he fought some other dude. Actually DeMarcus. He fought DeMarcus. After DeMarcus, he actually knocked out DeMarcus. After DeMarcus, he fought Devin Alexander, split decision, Devin Alexander, and then from there he just knocked everybody else's ass out. Besides Zab Judah and Devil Alexander, he just knocked everybody else out. So his knockout ratio is just sick, man. This guy got punching power on both hands. You know, he lost to Zab Judah, but when did he lose to Zab Judah? He lost to Zab Judah 2 years ago. You know, Danny Garcia beat Zab Judah, but Zab Judah had some complications. But a lot of people are going to look at this fight like this. You know, Danny Garcia is a hell of a fighter. He's a good fighter. He's a good young fighter. You know, he's cool. He's real humble. You know, Angel Garcia, which is his dad. I like that dude. That guy's a character. He's funny. Actually, he just talks shit like my dad. My dad, the boxing genius, that guy talks so much shit, it's not even funny. Which he wants me to go to his house right now. It's actually 1:30 in the morning, not right now, but he wanted me to go to his house earlier to create some boxing videos. Damn, the sun's in my eyes. Let me change this real quick. Hold on 1 second. Just gonna switch this up. Better background right here. Lights all up in my eyes. I'm sorry about that, guys. But he wanted me to go to his house. He wanted to give some fight predictions and stuff like that. But as far as his fight prediction, what's my fight prediction with Danny Garcia? Danny Garcia is a good fighter. You know, I see a lot of holes in his game. He's getting better every single fight. But I think he's been babied. He's been babied a lot. You know, I think he's been ducking and dodging just a little bit. I think Danny Garcia versus Adrien Broner, that fight should have happened, but Adrien Broner doesn't want to take on Danny Garcia. I guess they're boys or whatever, so whatever. But I think Danny Garcia, he's a good fighter. But as far as his belts, I just think there's better talent out there. You know, Danny Garcia is good, but I think when he fights Matthysse, he's gonna get worked. You know. Like I said, you're just as good as your last fight. Lamont Peterson got completely dominated. So as far as the momentum coming into this fight, and Danny Garcia shitting himself. You know, Danny Garcia looked good against Zab Judah, but Zab Judah, you know, definitely put a chip in his armor. You know, and definitely went to work, you know, exposed Danny Garcia a little bit. So as far as coming into the fight, you know, a lot of people question Danny Garcia as a fighter after the performance that he put against Zab Judah, because Zab Judah actually found a flaw in him. You know, took him later in the round, stuck it out, caught him with some clean shots, and some people were just like, wow, you know, Danny Garcia is not that good, you know. But like I said, you're just as good as your last fight. That's it, you know. But my fight prediction on this one, I think Matthysse is gonna. I hate to say it, but I think Danny Garcia, your time's up. Danny Garcia, you're gonna get your ass knocked out. That's how I say it. Within 10 rounds, Danny Garcia is gonna get his ass knocked out. After this fight, I think Adrien Broner needs to get out the 147. Adrien Broner needs to come down and take on Matthysse, and that's going to be a good-ass fight between both of his fighters itself. That would be a good-ass fight. By the way, I want to see Victor Ortiz take on... This is a good-ass time for Victor Ortiz to take on Robert Guerrero. That would be a good-ass fight. Robert Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz. That would be a good fight. But anyways, I would like to see Adrien Broner move down in weight after Matthysse knocks out Danny Garcia. Adrien Broner step in and take that fight. And that's it. Amir Kahn definitely doesn't want to fight a guy like Matthysse, even though styles make fight. You know, styles make fight. Amir Khan's one of my favorite fighters. I say it now. I'll say it every single one of my videos. I said it in the past. But styles make fights. Matthysse would definitely give Amir Kahn a problem. He'll be a big problem. Why? Because this guy throws bombs. He's a good counter puncher, and he just throws bombs, overhand rights, and just crazy bombs. But I think Amir Kahn has a better chance beating Mayweather. I didn't say Amir Kahn was going to beat Mayweather. I just said Amir Kahn has a better chance beating Mayweather over Matthysse. I'm not saying Matthysse is a better fighter than Mayweather. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying Matthysse will beat Mayweather. All I'm saying is styles make fights. The style that Matthysse has, he's better off fighting Mayweather. That's more selective, more of a boxer, and just Amir Kahn will have the opportunity to go ahead and put his hand speed to work, which is going to give Mayweather problems, his hand speed, because he's explosive and he throws from all angles and he just throws a flurry of punches fast as fuck. That's going to give Mayweather some problems. But Mayweather will be able to take that, but that'll be a good fight. Whereas now Matthysse versus Mayweather, I know a lot of fans out there. I'm sorry, I'm tipsy right now. I'm a little drunk and I'm just venting right now. I'm just talking about different things. A lot of people, it's just a lot of boxing fans out there. As soon as they see Matthysse knock out Lamont Peterson, they jump on the bandwagon and they're sucking Matthyse's balls. They're already saying Mayweather get completely dominated by Matthysse. Mayweather's scared of him. Mayweather's this and that. Come on, man. Like, really? Really? You guys weren't even talking about this motherfucker two or 3 years ago. You weren't talking about you weren't saying that when he lost against Devin Alexander. You weren't saying that when he lost against Zab Judah. Obviously, he completely dominated Lamont Peterson, and now you guys are getting caught up in the hype, and you're saying that he completely, Mayweather's already ducking and dodging him. And this is a conversation that happened earlier today, and that's why I'm a little frustrated about that. I'm like, dude, Mayweather already's lined up with Canelo. Do I think Canelo's a better fighter than Matthysse? Absolutely. What are you talking about? What are we talking about right now? Mayweather's ducking and dodging who? He got some shit. He got something lined up way better than any of the fighters out there. I don't give a shit. The baddest dude in boxing right now, in Mayweather, don't even talk about Sergio Martinez or anything, because that's a whole different weight class. The baddest dude in boxing right now in front of him, which I'm shocked that Mayweather took this fight, his name is Saul Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez. And give respect where respect's due. If Mayweather beats Saul Canelo Alvarez, I don't want to hear shit. I don't even want to hear about Pacquiao. I don't want to hear about nothing. Because Pacquiao still has to beat Brandon Rios. And reading up on that, shit, Brandon Rios is training his ass off. But I think he's training his ass off to get his ass knocked out. But anyways, this Kenneth SBN Boxing. I know I was talking about a lot of stuff. What's my fight prediction that night, September 14th? I think Mayweather's going to be Canelo. If the Austin Trout fight takes place against Lara, I'm going with Austin Trout. I put my money. If I was to put my money where my mouth is, I'll put my money on Austin Trout. I'll put my money on Mayweather. Never been against Mayweather, put it that way. And I put my money on I put my money on Matthysse. Matthysse by knockout, Austin Trout by decision, Mayweather by decision. That's about it. This is Kenneth SBN Boxing. Friend request, subscribe. If you have some negative shit to write, go ahead. I'll read it. I'll entertain it. But I really don't even care right now, man. This is not SBN Boxing. What does SBN Boxing speak? What's that about? It's speak big money. SBN Boxing, speak big money, because that's all we talk about. It's the big money fights. That's it. What's out there? I don't want to explain the speak big money part as far as the big money fights. Can't talk about that, but SBN Boxing, this is a little part-time thing. This is not my full-time gig. For the guys that are sitting out there saying that they're making money on YouTube, kudos to you. Man, you can sit there and I watch the other boxing channels just bragging. I know it's entertainment. This is a part-time thing. The monetizing the videos and stuff like that, I monetize the videos. I do it. Does it bring in money? Whatever. Gas money. That's about it. Ain't nobody caking off of this. If you are, then kudos to you. But I'm going to start advertising my business on this. This is not my full-time thing. This is not the Boxing Genius's full-time thing. This is not Chino's full-time thing. This is not Clyde's full-time thing or Waki Yono said. We're talking about professionals here. That's it. We get together at the Boxing Genius house. That's tradition. That's tradition. Watching at my pop's house. We watch that every single fight. From Evander Holyfield versus George Foreman. We seen Buster Douglas versus Mike Tyson. We seen Delahoya take on Sugar Shane Mosley and get his ass robbed. Yeah, I think Sugar Shane Mosley didn't win the first fight. I think Sugar Shane Mosley didn't win the second fight. I was a little upset Delahoya didn't win the first and second fight. He got robbed both of his fights. But anyways, that's my opinion. I've seen a lot of fights, man. And the whole Tito Trinidad era, the whole Roy Jones era. Watch everything, you know. Prince Nassim was my dude. I love Prince Nassim. The boxing genius never liked Prince Nassim, but I liked him. I liked him a lot. But SPN Boxing, everyone's professionals, you know. Boxing genius was the boxing genius. He talks a lot of shit. He pisses a lot of people off. He pisses a lot of people off. He can talk shit. That guy's a professional, man. He's a computer programmer. That's what he does for a living. He's a computer programmer. He was an instructor. And now he sits there and looks at this computer all day and he can script, he can write, and he analyze, he can do whatever. That's what he does. Clyde's retired, and a lot of his, you know, military background. Clyde, he works for the post office for a long ass time. You know, myself, I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been doing business. I've been in business by myself for about 8 years now. 8 years. I don't work for the man. I had different companies, Simple Service Solutions. I had RBS in South Florida. Got out my partnership. I'm with I Love POS right now, which is Ecotech Systems. What do? I deal with business owners all day. I do point of sale systems. I do software, closed circuit television, CCTV, credit card merchant services, ATMs. Pretty much the one-stop shop for businesses out there. So I Love POS. You can reach us on the web. You can reach us toll free, so if you're a business owner out there, I don't want to say the number out there because I don't want to even talk about boxing, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. We'll go ahead and do it. You can reach toll free at 877-772-8508. It's 877-772-8508. Fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and advertise my own business. Forget these monetize and all, you know, Kodak and Budweiser and stuff like that. Look, when it comes to POS systems, computers, one-stop shop solutions as far as software, if you own a gas station, you need a Ruby system, you need basically a petroleum controller, some to completely control your gas and your petroleum and stuff like that. That's what I do. That's my specialty. Software does payroll, clock in, clock out, scheduling, payroll, pretty much anything to operate your business software-wise. That's exactly what I do. That's my bread and butter right there. But anyways, guys, this is Kenneth, SPN Boxing. Friend request, subscribe, visit us on the web. I'll get that up and running, www.spnboxing.com. Have a good one.